Tonight, former President Trump is facing a new indictment for allegedly trying to defraud the United States. He is specifically alleged to have taken part in 3 criminal conspiracies and is due to be arraigned on Thursday.
For the first time, a former American president is facing legal consequences for what prosecutors call his frantic and criminal effort to cling to power. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Washington.
This is incredible. Thank you very much.
Tonight, former President Donald Trump faces 4 new felony counts, accusing him of trying to overturn an election he lost and conspiring to defraud the government he once led. The indictment is the 3rd against former President Trump, centering on his actions leading up to the deadly January 6 Capitol attack, which special counsel Jack Smith called an assault on democracy fueled by lies.
Lies by the defendant targeted at obstructing a bedrock function of the U.S. government, the nation's process of collecting, counting, and certifying the results of the presidential election.
The indictment alleges that former President Trump spread lies that the election was stolen through widespread fraud, claiming he had actually won, and that, quote, these claims were false, and Mr. Trump knew that they were false. Arguing that the former president was determined to remain in power, federal prosecutors accuse him of 3 criminal conspiracies: to defraud the government's efforts to carry out the election, to obstruct an official proceeding in Congress on January 6th, and a conspiracy against the right to have one's vote counted. Mr. Trump fiercely denies wrongdoing, writing on his social media platform, quote, why didn't they bring this ridiculous case 2.5 years ago? They wanted it right in the middle of my campaign. That's why. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, as you can imagine, many people are voicing their opinions on the former president's felony charges.
Our Bree Buckley has that side of the story. Bree, good evening to you.
Good evening to you, Russ. We're seeing a number of reactions from local politicians. Senator J.D. Vance issuing this statement, slamming what he calls, quote, another sham indictment of President Trump. He says Joe Biden is indicting Trump again because he's losing in the presidential race and would rather throw him in prison than face him at the ballot box. Representative Jim Jordan sharing his thoughts on Twitter, saying when you drain the swamp fights back, claiming President Trump did nothing wrong. Many local Democrats are keeping quiet, not sharing their thoughts on the indictment. But Summit County Democratic State Representative Casey Weinstein sharing this tweet saying law and order. Now, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine backed former President Trump in both 2016 and 2020, serving as a co-chair for his re-election campaign. Russ, I reached out to his office for comment, but did not hear back.
Okay, Bree Buckley joining us from here in the studio. Thank you.